fans, welcome to the Muscle Car Modeler. My name is Raul, and this week I'm featuring a build-up here of my 59 Corvette model here. And for 59, Corvette had gone through a few changes, but it was still part of the C1 Corvette grouping, which I always thought was interesting that, you know, the first generation C1 Corvettes consist of 53 to 62, and the Corvette has gone through so many changes in those years, and usually they kind of group the body together, but the body went through a lot of changes too. The 53 through 55 was one body style. 56 and 57 shared some similarities with this one. 58 went to the four headlights, but when 58 they changed a little bit here. 59 and 60 are very similar, and 61 and 62 the back changed. For 61 and 62 they changed the sides and the rocker molding, so 61 and 62 are very unique. 58 and 59, the hood and the decklet changed a little bit, but the body was pretty much the same. And 59 and 60, there was virtually no change to the body. They seem to group them together based on solid axle cars, because all of the 53 through 62 are solid axle cars, and 63 was when they went to the independent rear suspension, so 63 to 67 are C2 Corvettes. So I always thought that was kind of interesting, especially when everything else changed. The body's changed a few times. There was a lot of revisions to the body, but the frame and the suspension seemed to stay the same. And even the engines, 53 and 54 were inline six only and automatic only. 55, the V8 became available, and the manual 3-speed was available in 55. And then when it came to 56 and 7, those were V8s, but they were slowly growing. And then by 59, which this one, they were all 283s, all V8s, all 283s. So there was a number of engines, but they really weren't that much different. So it's kind of interesting reading the option sheets on that, when there were basically 5 283s, base model that was 230 horse, single 4-barrel. And that one didn't have the cast aluminum valve covers. It was just, it said Chevrolet on the valve covers. So that was the base model engine, and it came with the 3-speed manual. That was the base transmission. But the Power Glide, 2-speed Power Glide was available, and the 4-speed manual tranny was available. Then you stepped up to the dual quad 245 horse motor, which was a hydraulic lifter cam one, and that one had the aluminum valve covers, which is pretty much how the model kit is depicted. It is one of those motors. Or the fuel injection motor was the third engine up, which was a hydraulic lifter, and that one was 250 horsepower. But then from there on, and all three of those, you can get the Power Glide transmission available in that one, in those three engines. But if you stepped up to the 270 horsepower dual quad motor, that one had a more radical cam and solid lifters. That was 3-speed manual or 4-speed manual only. No Power Glide behind that. And then the top fuel injection motor was 290 horsepower, and it had the same cam with the same solid lifters. And all four of the optional engines had the cast aluminum Corvette valve covers. Only the base model had the plain Chevrolet stamped steel valve covers. So I kind of like looking into some of that stuff. And in this model kit, they give you both dual quad intake and the fuel injection intake, so you can build 4 of the 5 motors. The base engine is not in here, and it comes with the manual tranny. But for 59, they had smoothed out the hood a little bit, got rid of the ribs on the front here, which I thought on the 58 was kind of ridiculous, because it has the washboard hood and then it has these ribs as well. So it just kind of, to me, didn't flow very well. It's still cool, 1 year only kind of setup. And then the chrome spikes that I mentioned that were on the back, those are pretty cool. I don't mind those at all, but they just cleaned up the 59 a little bit. So when it came to the options, I usually like to look at what's very rare and what's unusual. And 2 things really stood out to me in the 59 Corvette options. One is, it says it was the only year this turquoise soft top was available. 59 only. There was a black top, a white top, a blue top, but the turquoise top was only available in 59. And it only came with turquoise interior, which is what I try to depict here. But the turquoise was more of a vinyl, so it had a different sheen to it, so I tried my best to match that. And then the canvas top was a different color, so they don't quite match, although I didn't quite get it quite right. And then my reference material had a black headliner for it, so I did the whole underside in black. But I tried to depict that. But the turquoise interior was only available in 2 colors. Suncrest White, which is what I did here, which was actually the most common color for 1959. And then the other color was Crown Sapphire. That was the only other color that came with a turquoise interior. Now, a white car, you can get all 4 interior colors. You can get black, red, blue, and turquoise in a white car. And interestingly, even though all these Corvettes, I always see them with two-tone, but only 30-something percent, 31% of all of them got the two-tone. So most of them that are restored, you see the two-tone, but really only 1 in 3 actually got the two-tone paint job. But I had to do this one in silver with white. Just having a little bit of fun. I think that looks pretty sharp. The rarest color was actually a cream color with black interior, and that was the other thing I thought was interesting. Was 59 was the first year for black interior. And I'm like, wait a minute, I swear I saw 58s and 57s with black interior. I know they offered a yellow 58, and I swear that came only with black interior, but I went back and looked, and it was actually charcoal, not black. It's a very dark gray. And I guess that interior color was available for a few years. 59 was the first year for black. So when I came to doing this one, I had to do the turquoise, and it just came into white, and I had to do this top, which the Monogram kit comes with a hard top, not the soft top. This soft top actually comes in the 58 kit. So I swapped tops, but other than that, this is built right out of the box. I didn't do any real work or modifications to it, but she's a beautiful kit, and actually a pleasure to build. So here's the underside with the exhaust and everything, and there's the manual tranny, which 3 or 4 speed. I consider it a 4 speed. You know, call it what I want, and then there's the front end and the headlights and the decal and the emblem there, and then foiling the spears here. And the wipers are kind of goofy and getting all of those things in there, but they fit really nice. Really like the coves. I did the two-tone, did the silver coves, which being white, I had to do the silver coves. I think that looks pretty sharp there. And then the trunk actually opens on this one, and the underside of the trunk is actually body color, and then I did it black with the matching turquoise matte, which it's kind of hard to see. You got to get a light in there, but there you go. The trunk kind of shades it a little bit, and then actual red lenses, and put a little strip of foil on them, so trying to highlight it with all the detail. The foil on this is actually quite a bit of work. I foiled those and then put the decal right on top of them. It came out sharp that way, and then the white wall tires, which come in the kit, and I think they look sharp. Even though white wall tires was an option, you could get black walls. But when it came to the engine, I decided I didn't do the fuel injection on this one, because I knew when I built the 58 I was going to do the fuel injection. So this one I did it as the dual quad, because all these parts are in there. But I put the valve cover sticker on there for the 270 horsepower version, so that would make it the solid lifter cam one. Even though when it came to the model kit, you really can't tell the differences between the two engines. So I did this one as the dual quad, which it's pretty cool. But I like the fuel injection. So the 58 is going to be fuel injection. But as I mentioned, I'm going to turn one of these into a 60. Now when it comes to the 60 Corvette, there's, besides a couple of different color options that were not available in 59, there are 2 distinct things that distinguish 59 from a 60. Is the seat pattern. That's the biggest thing. The only other thing is all the Corvettes, the steel rims, were painted black in 59. In 60 they started painting those body color, but the hubcap covers 90% of it, so you really only see just a lip there, so you'd really have to look for that. And since there's hardly anything for a lip to even paint, that really doesn't stand out. So the biggest thing is changing the seat pattern from vertical to horizontal. So that's what I ended up doing. I got another one going. So here's just a sneak peek at the seat here. This one is my 60, so that's really the only change. is cutting out the seat inserts and putting new ones in. And so you can see I did some of the work and splicing, but it's coming out pretty nice. And I'm using this Cascade Green on the 60, which was not available in 59. So some of the colors have changed. But just to give you a glimpse of, that's what a 60 seat should look like, something like that. And then the 59 seats are like that. So even the Monogram, Revell Monogram other one that's marked as a 60 and it's a multi-piece body, it has the 59 seats in it. And I've seen that a few times. Even the MPC or AMT one, it's a 59, but there's one or two that they've marked as a 60, but it's really still just the 59. But that's the only thing that's really different, is the seat pattern. Everything else you can, do in detailing and painting, as far as picking the options and colors, and even the engines don't physically appear any differently. So I figured I would show you this 59, even though I've shown it in my 58 build videos. It's been off in the background doing it for reference. And then for some reason I thought I had already featured this on my channel, but I hadn't. So I figured I would show it to you now. And there's a lot of nice details in here. One thing that the 59 kit and 60 kits and Corvettes have that the 58 doesn't have is there's a shelf right there, right underneath the dash. The 58 doesn't have that. The 59 and 60s do. So it's pretty cool. Just a little bit extra storage to help, but it's a shelf. But the rest of that is all decals and just detail painting that come in the kit. And there's the manual shifter and the console. So there's a lot of detail in there in the interior. It's kind of hard to see, but she looks really, really good when it comes to all of that. And Revell and Monogram, they did a really good job on this kit. And then they came out with their 62 kit. So maybe they'll come out with their own 61. But I have a hard time choosing which one of these I actually like the most out of these 5 bodies, the 58 through 62. But I really, I think each year they've got their own unique things that kind of stand out to me. And that's why I kind of like doing one of each year. So this one is on the shelf, and it's looking really great, and I pulled it out for some references, and working on that 58 and kind of that 60 a little bit as well. So I'll be getting those Corvettes done, and it won't be too much longer on those, but I'll probably do an update on that 58 here real soon. I got a couple little things to do, and then I'll film an update on that and show you what I've been up to with that. So thank you for tuning in, subscribing, and watching. I appreciate it, and all your comments, and hit that bell button so you can see my latest uploads. And thank you, you guys. You have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next Saturday.